Tammy, and welcome to a very special issue of FANatics, where we go to London Comicon for 3 whole days. So come on, let's have some fun.
We're the local area Ghostbusters. We get together with a group of friends. We've got friends who come up from the United States, out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and friends who come up with Sarnie. And we come into a con and we dance and we play and we sing and we take pictures with kids and have a lot of fun. We're walking music machines.
Do you make your own costumes?
Yeah, we all build our own stuff and all help each other build our own gear and things like that, and extra parts. Somebody has the parts, help. It's a big community, so it's a lot of fun that way.
Why Ghostbusters?
That's something we've all held dear to our hearts since we were kids, and I have it inked on my arm underneath the patch, and ever since I was a little kid, it was whatever I identified with and stuck with. It just was something that this guy, stuff like that, just comical genius.
And for you, was it just a film that you really liked?
Oh my gosh, I loved not only the film, but Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and all of them. I love them. I love the film. It was just fun, and you could just be a big kid and Ghostbusters for life,
I want to be a Ghostbuster. How do I find out more information?
Oh, there's a really great forum,
gbfans.com, and each individual here has their own thread on there on how we built the packs and traps and what have you. Like, everything's built by hand, so you had to start somewhere. They've got plans and sellers for parts, and I found a guy out of Atlanta that offers a smoke kit for you, and it just things like that. You can get it all online, and there's a great community out there that everybody just wants to help.
And we don't have smell-o-vision. What does that smell like?
It's toasted marshmallow. Yeah, that was the bust of the day. We saw him a little while ago, and his day's done.
Who are you gonna call?
FANatics!
Why do you love coming to these cons?
I love them. London Comicon, every Comic-Con is so much fun. You get to meet the fans. You get to hear the great stories of their lives and see people dressed up as the characters. It's fantastic. Really amazing.
And the kids and the adults, it doesn't matter their age, they love you.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's such an honor and a joy to do what you love to do in life, as I get to do, and then to hear from people, oh, you're the voice of my childhood. Oh, I love it, this game, it's so much fun. And now it's like multiple generations. Guys come up to me, I played with my dad, and now I'm playing with my kids, so that's just terrifically touching.
And what I like about it is that I get to see the face behind the voice.
Yeah.
So please welcome Mr. Charles Name.
Hello everybody, it's me, Mario. Woohoo! Mamma mia, you're number one.
Oh yeah, Luigi said you're number one too. Wait, number one too. You're number one.
And why, Luigi? Everybody cheating with me, really.
And Mario, have a rotten day. Yeah. Oh.
Baby Luigi, and baby Mario, number one. Yahoo! Hi.
I'm Jay Bartlett. I'm the star of the documentary Nintendo Quest. It's a documentary essentially about me going after one of my lifelong dreams, which is collecting the complete library of the original NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. So there's 700 games, and it's us getting off our butts, going crisscrossing North America, trying to find and collect all these old ancient artifacts.
How long, over what period of time did it take to make this movie?
To make the entire film, it was about just over 2 years. My portion, for the most part, was shot in 30 days because it is a 30-day challenge, so everything's real. There's nothing scripted here. But Rob's been working on it for, 2 years now.
So you just saw Nintendo Quest. What did you think of it?
It was such a cool film. I love all the work that the guys put into it, and I like that I can now teach my daughter what Nintendo is and the history behind it, and how awesome it was for people in my husband's generation to play and for me to learn, because I was a little bit behind it.
And what did you think of it?
I thought it was excellent. It was really fun to watch, and you get to see them, talk amongst each other and go to the different stores and the experiences, and you just have to watch it, and it's really enjoyable. So
you did some fan art for them?
Yes, I have a terrible addiction to doodle whenever I watch a film, so I drew a cartridge with a custom Nintendo Quest label on it, including Jay's little guy Spenny.
We had a screening at the Highland Cinema this past Friday, and these wonderful people were in attendance, and they just brought a homemade drawing to Rob and I that they did right after they saw the movie. And it's Nintendo box art, and it really touched me because it had my dog Spencer on it. And yeah, that kind of stuff is crazy, that we've impacted people like that. It's humbling.
What you do.
What I do basically is I take pop culture characters and I chibify them, which makes them nice and simplified and cute. What I do is I sketch it out first, and then I ink it, color it, and then I make it into buttons, stickers, prints, tote bags, pretty much anything you would want.
Are you cutting the stickers by hand?
Pretty much I am, yes. And I make every button myself. I hand press it before shows, so every show I bring about 6,000 buttons, so my hands usually hurt.
Do you do many of these cons?
This is actually my second year. I'm still sort of a newbie, but I've done about 17 shows this year, and I'm up to 20 shows for next year.
And where can people find you?
I have a Facebook site under Nightmares and Daydreams, and keep an eye out. I'm making an Etsy page.
What is it that you love about coming to these cons?
Honestly, it's just the chance to get to meet some of the people that watch the shows and sort of engage with people, and it's fun. Everybody's here to have fun, so that sort of rubs off on us, and we end up having a great time.
And your fans, they just love you. They just love speaking with you.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit there's an element of like, who would not want to go hang out somewhere where people are like excited to see you? I mean, it is a good feeling. So, but yeah, it's just fun to get a chance to see and get to meet the people that support what you do, because without the fans, we don't have a career. If they don't watch the show gets canceled. So it is just a nice way to interact with people and sort of, make some new friends.
Can you tell for somebody who has not heard of Killjoys for some odd reason what it is?
Killjoys is a new TV show that we actually got picked up for a second season, and it's basically the very basic premise of it is bounty hunters in space. So I think that appeals to a lot of people. It's very fast-paced. There's a good sense of humor, lots of action, a little bit of romance tucked in there too. So it's a lot of fun.
Welcome to London Comicon.
That you love about coming to these cons?
Oh, it's the fans. They absolutely melt my heart. They start crying, I start crying, the nostalgia is so powerful, and it's just special with every single person that comes up to my table and to share Gem with them.
But you're getting fans of all different ages too.
Yeah, the demographic. I used to know where the demographic lived. Now it's all over the place. And a lot of little kids now are watching on Netflix, and so that's pretty cool.
And I think social media has a lot of play in it as well.
It does, because when I did the show, we didn't have social media, so there was no instant feedback. I didn't get to meet the kids back then, and now I'm getting to meet them as grown-ups. Who'd have thought?
I actually saw someone who came dressed up as Jem, and that must be really awesome.
Yeah, I'm starting to see, it's always been the original Jem, but now the comic book cosplay is in full force, and I'm seeing the comic book Jem come to life too, so that's been cool.
And tell me a little bit about the comic book versus the stories in the actual show.
I think they're doing an amazing job. They really are. It's beautifully illustrated. The story, it has the heart and the connection with the girls that, that's always my first concern, because I love that so much about the original show, the sisterhood, and, they're empowered, and yeah, they're doing a fantastic job, and it's doing really well. So, IDW said as long as fans are buying it, we'll keep making them. So,
how did you get into this line of work?
Oh gosh, I have been in show business officially since I was 7 years old. I've been a singer, toured all over Africa when I was a little kid, made a record when I was 8. So I've always been in the business, and Jem was just one of those awesome auditions, one of many, many, many auditions that I went on, and I booked it. And here I am talking to you today about Jem. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, I love meeting the fans. The fans made me who I am, and got me where I am. So it's my very small way of giving back.
And clearly they love you as Pepper, but Pepper was the only character that came back as the same character. How did you feel about that?
I mean, it's awesome. It's unprecedented. We haven't seen that happen before, so it's a tremendous honor.
Do you think you'd come back but not as Pepper, as somebody else?
Of course. I mean, I'd love that.
And you do comedy, but you do a lot of comedy for the web, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. I mean, I wasn't cast in a traditional way initially, and so I, had to cast myself. And, so I found my voice and in comedy, and the web just happened to be my medium.
It's a great medium because anybody can view it.
Well, and it's something that I can afford to produce, with my Spanish teacher salary at the time. You know what I mean? Like, I could write a television show, but then to get that produced, then you got to get studio behind you and whatnot. Whereas, silly little YouTube video, I can handle. Writing for me was sort of a means to an end. If people, people weren't writing roles for me, so I wrote my own roles. It's not to say that I don't still have more to say and should say it. But, writing to me is kind of like going to the gym. Like, if you take a few days off, it's really hard to get back. And I've taken like 2 years off now, so, But it's not to say that I don't still need to work out. You know what I mean?
What is something that you really like to do that has nothing to do with acting?
Well, I do like to work out, actually. It's ironic I say that. Yoga is sort of my jam. I feel so much better when I do it. It's like, it's kind of like my church. I go once a day, an hour and a half a day, and sweat it out, and I'm a new person.
Stoney Creek Public School. Why? Because they're having their very own Comic-Con.
Our Comic-Con conference at Stoney Creek. And what that entails is we have 42 classrooms at Stoney Creek. We have 950 children, and every classroom partook in this event. So what they had to do was each classroom had to create a superhero, a 3D character, and then from that they had to create a trailer of a video of their character and all the special powers that their character did, and then they had to also create a trading card and then present that all on a three-fold display. And today all of the displays are out here. The kids get to rotate through. They're having a fantastic time. It has been our first big spirit in our school and has been a tremendous success in terms of raising spirit. The kids are so engaged and enthusiastic, so they had a fantastic time.
How did you come up with this particular idea?
Well, we knew that there was a Comic-Con that had gone on in London recently, and kids love superheroes. They have all their favorite, but kids love superheroes, and what a better way to engage the children by encouraging them to dress up and partake in creating their own superhero. So, I mean, it was curriculum based. We had descriptive writing and they got to present. There was lots of oral in there and reading. The kids took out all of the comic and Marvel books in the library, so it was huge engagement on part of the kids.
Who is Emoji Girl?
Emoji Girl is our superhero behind here, and she is a superhero that her powers are based on emojis.
How did you come up with such a cool superhero?
Well, we were getting some ideas, and our friend Megan thought of Emoji Girls.
Did both of you design her?
Our whole class made ideas to design her, and we picked one using voting.
Was this a fun project for you guys?
Yes.
What did you like most about it?
How we were building it and doing the trailer.
What did you like most?
I liked building the model.
Tell me who your superhero is.
Well, our superhero is Selfie Girl.
What does Selfie Girl do?
Well, she goes around the world and helps kids be confident about themselves.
How does she do that?
Well, she has a real Instagram page made by us, and so her main goal is to stop cyberbullying around the world and to make kids feel like they're accepted for who they are.
About how she looks, we have groups in our classroom, so each group made one, and we all voted on it, and it turned out to be Selfie Girl.
What is the Cardboard Cafe?
The Cardboard Cafe is London's first and foremost board game cafe. It's a place for you can come and play games. We have a library of over 300 games right now and growing. We have a lot of new games that came out, and one of the things I try and do is make sure we have a good selection of hard-to-find retro games as well. We have some quote-unquote antique games that are out of print, 13 Dead End Drive, or we have a King Kong game from 1978 that has all its pieces, and some really interesting ones that we've found at garage sales that we try and add in. We want to make sure that we cover all the ranges, not just the new stuff you can buy at the shelf, but the stuff you can't find anywhere else.
I noticed stickers on the games. What do they mean?
So we have a little bit of breakdown just to help people ease into figuring out where to look for things, especially when you don't know what to play. So we have those sorted into things like party games, family games, strategy games, sort of everything. And we have a section for two-player games, specifically that are two-player only. And then we have the number of stickers to indicate the complexity of the game. Not necessarily the difficulty, just sometimes it's the setup that may take a little longer. So if somebody wants to learn it, they don't accidentally pull one off the shelf that gets them reading rules for 2 hours.
And speaking of reading rules, I'm terrible at reading rules. I want to come in and just play a game.
We have a lot of really good games that are really easy to learn. Like, you can learn them in about 5 minutes. So we have recommendations ready. If you tell us how many people you're looking for, what length of game, what level of competition you want, whether you want to cooperate together or whether you want to be really backstabby and cutthroat. We've got something for everyone, so we'll try and get you seated with the right game for you. We have a designer night every other Thursday where local board game designers bring prototypes of games to play test, to share ideas back and forth. And it's an open event too. They're always looking for play testers to come and try out the games, give some feedback. And so we do that every other Thursday. And like I say, it's just an open night to come and try some games that might end up published, and you might see your suggestion end up in a final design of a game sometime.
You've made a game.
Yes, I did. I designed the game Chrysos Hunters, which is a game about space treasure hunters battling it out to be the first team to collect 12 treasures around a map you get to build yourself. So it's a skirmish game where you just build a map of the cards, and then it's got, with the expansion, it's got 36 different characters you can play as, and they all have their own play styles and strategy.
And there's a fee of $5 for as long as you want.
As long as you want, and for as many games as you want. So you could play one long 4-hour game of something, or you could play a bunch of short 5-minute games, and it's just as much as you want to play. And we will help you if you want to learn something new. We'll give you a recommendation, sit down and show you how to play it and set it up and show you the rules and how it works.
Brought you here tonight?
Well, we found out that this place, well, I knew that this place existed before, but I just kind of got the idea. I have a friend who's here tonight. I'm here on just an anniversary date with my wife, and I just thought we'd check it out. Of course, I asked her first, and she said yes, so we just came down to check it out and see what's happening. And yeah, I really like the place. It's a nice atmosphere, nice and comfortable. It's not like you're rushed to drink your coffee or whatever. It's nice.
Someone wants to find out how to get more information. Where do they go?
Sure. You can go to our website, thecardboardcafe.com, and we have a Facebook page as well that we post events on, and you can keep up to date with the new stuff coming up.
And done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this issue of FANatics, and I also hope you'll follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook, and we'll see you next time on FANatics. Oh my gosh, it's raining! Oh, am I done? Yeah. So come with us and let's have some fun.
I blew it.
Ah! Holy cow, I did it in one take.